Hello guys, this is Siv and today we'll discuss about a singly linked list using C++. So first we will discuss the flow of the program, and after that with the help of output of that program we will see what are the different operations we can perform in singly linked list using C++. So let's start. So first we will write a vi linked list -2.cpp. So this is our program name. Okay, so now I will hit enter button in my keyboard. So this is our program. So first here I have commented linked list 2 and the subject singly linked list using C++. Okay guys, so first we will has include iostream we will write, and we will write using namespace study. Here first we will take the write the class linked list. Okay guys, so in the class we will define our structure. So structure is node, and in node it contains two value: info part and link part. So info part will contain the data which is type integer, and a pointer link will contain the address of the next node which will be type of struct node. Okay guys, so now here we will take the start which is of type struct node, and we will initialize it here to null. Okay, since it is a private, so we need some public method to access this start variable pointer type struct node type pointer start variable. Okay guys, so here we are defining our constructor linked list and accessing this value start and assigning to null. Okay, this means that a single linked list is empty here, and some public methods are member functions. Here you can see in the class. So first public method is a create list, after that add at the beginning, add after, delete, count, search, display, reverse, check repeated data, check empty list, banner start, end, border start, border end. So these are some member functions of the class linked list. Okay guys, so these methods are defined outside of the class. We will come here one by one. So first we need to start from the main body. So let me go to the main body. So this is our main method. So execution will start from here. So in the main we have taken the integer variable choice nm position I, class name and its object sl. Okay, linked list class name and its object sl. System clear to clear the terminal, and here we are taking while loop which is infinite, which will run for infinite time. Okay, until we will exit from here. So here first I have called the method member function of the class banner start. I will go to this method as per the flow of the program, so please keep patience. So first I will show some menu to the user. Okay, create list, add at beginning, add after, delete, display, count, reverse, search and quit. So these menu have some value, integer value 1 2 3. So whatever user will enter this value as per his requirement. Okay, here I am taking value from the user. Enter your choice, will take input from the user, and that value, that integer value 1 to 9 we will pass in the switch statement. Okay, here in the choice. So here as per the menu we have made some cases. We have made some cases here. So if user will enter 1 create list, then case 1 will be called. In case 1 first we will clear the terminal, will start the border We'll call this method border to make some designing in the terminal. We'll ask from the user how many nodes you want. We'll take input from the user. We'll take a character variable. We'll ask from the user, are you sure? After entering the number of nodes, taking the input from the number of nodes from the user, we'll take the input from the user that he is sure, means whatever nodes he want, he is sure about that. So if he entered a small y or capital Y, then do nothing. Otherwise we will display the linked list whatever we have currently. We call this method border end and will continue, means come out of the case 1, and main menu will be display. If he entered the y, then we will proceed further. We'll take integer I, will initialize it to 0. Okay, now while loop will run till this condition will be true, means I will be less than n. Here n is the value entered by the user for the number of node. Okay, so here we will ask enter the element which he want to enter. We'll take the input from the user and we'll check that duplicate means that data already entered or not, because I have made a check here that duplicate element cannot be inserted. Okay, so it is depend on you, you can remove this check, but in my linked list I have put this check that duplicate data cannot be inserted. So it will check that that element is already entered or not by the user, means it is already available in the linked list or not. If it is true, then we will come, means we will ask again for that element, means a loop will come again, start from here. Okay, we will again ask the same value from the user, and if it is false, then we will call this method create list. Okay, and will increment the I. So this while loop will run till this condition will not be false. Okay, and when this will be false, then we will proceed. We will display the linked list, singly linked list. We'll call the method border end and will come out of the case 1. If user will enter the case 2, case 2 is adding the element in the beginning of the linked list. So here first we will clear the terminal, call this method border start. We will ask from the user enter the element. We'll take the input from the user. We'll check that duplicate data is exist or not. If it is true, then we will again send him to the main menu. Otherwise we will call this method add begin. Will display the linked list and will call this method border end. Okay, similarly for case 3, case 3 is add after, means after particular position we need to insert our node. Okay, so same we will do here. We will clear the terminal, call this method border start. We'll check linked list is empty or not. If it is empty, then we need to draw some border and will come out of the case 3. If it is not empty, then we will ask from the user enter the element which he want to insert. We'll take the input from the user and we'll check that element is already exist or not, means for duplicate data we will check here. If it is true, then we will send him to the main menu. Otherwise we will ask the position after which he want to enter that element. We'll take the position from the user. We'll call this method add after. We'll pass the value element, means data, and position after which that element will be inserted. After that we will display the linked list after completion of this method, and after that we will call this method border end and will come out of the case 3. In case 4 we will delete the element. Okay, so same we will do here. We'll clear the terminal, call this method border start. We'll check linked list is empty or not. If it is empty, then no need to delete anything, and if it is condition is true, means a linked list is empty, then we will draw the border, will come out of the case 4. If it is not empty, then we will call this method delete, display the linked list after deletion, and border end method will be called for design. For case 5, if he entered the choice 5, then we will display the linked list element. So first we will clear the terminal. We'll call this method border start. We'll check linked list is empty or not. If it is empty, then appropriate message will be displayed in the terminal, and will come out of the case 5. Otherwise we will display the linked list. We'll call this method border end and will come out of the case 5 with break. In case 6 we will count the number of element in the linked list. So first we will clear the terminal, call this method border start. We'll check linked list is empty or not. If it is empty, then no need to count, and appropriate message will be displayed in the terminal. We'll call this a border end method and will come out of the case 6. If it is not empty, then we will count the number of element in the linked list. We'll display the linked list and we'll draw the border end, okay, with this method border end, and will come out of the case 6. Case 7 we will reverse the linked list. So first we will clear the terminal, start the border, check linked list is empty or not, singly linked list is empty or not. If it is empty, no need to do reverse the element. We will draw the border end, will come out the case 7, okay. If it is not empty, then we will reverse the singly linked list using this reverse method. After reverse we will display the linked list element, will draw the border end, okay. In case 8 we will search a particular element in the linked list. So first we will here clear the terminal, draw the border start, check singly linked list is empty or not. If it is empty, do nothing, draw border end, come out of the case 8. Otherwise we'll call this search method, will search the element entered by the user. I will explain this method, just keep patience. After search we will display the linked list, will draw the border end and will come out of the case 8, okay, through this break statement not method. And in case 9 we will clear the terminal and will come out of the program. And if we entered other value other than 1 to 9, then we will come here, we will send to him in the default statement. So here first clear the terminal, start the border and will display the message wrong choice and will end the border, okay. So here we will end our main body. Now let me discuss the methods which we are calling in the cases in switch statement one by one, okay. So this is our border start method. Here what we are doing, we are only simply drawing some lines in the terminal for designing to give the good feel, okay. So this is the start border start, this is the border end, some lines. For banner we are printing some message in the terminal, singly linked list using C++. This is the border end, some lines. This is the check empty list, to check that list is empty or not. So here we are checking start variable. If start variable is equal to null, start is coming from here in the class, this method, this class, this variable, okay, which is pointer variable of type struct node. So here start can be accessed because this is private, so only public member can access, means public member of the class can access this private variable. So that's why this method is, check empty is the public method of the class, so this method can access this private variable of the class, okay. So start from coming here. So if start is null, then means linked list is empty, and will display the appropriate message in the terminal. Will return -1 in the case it is empty, otherwise will return 0. And in check repeated data, we will take the data, we will pass the data to this method, We'll assign the value of start to pointer q of type struct node. We'll take integer variable pos means position equal to 1, and till this condition is true means q is not equal to null. Okay, this while loop will run, and in the while loop we will check if q info is equal to data. Okay, then we will print that that data already available in the linked list at position. We will print the position also. Okay, and we'll display the linked list. We will return 1. Otherwise, if this condition is false, then we will go to the next node, increment the position variable. Okay, like this while loop will run, and when this condition will be false, then we will return 0. Okay, so if we will get the element here. If this condition is true, then we will return 1 and will come out of this while loop. Okay, as well in this method. Otherwise, if this condition is false and this condition is also false, then we will return 0 at the end of the method. Getting? So here you can see next method is create list. We'll pass the data to this method. We'll take two pointer variable q and pointer temp of type struct node. We'll make the new node with the operator new. We will pass the type struct node pointer, and will assign to this temp pointer type of variable. Okay, pointer variable of type struct node, and in the temp info we will pass the data. We'll assign the data coming from here, which we will pass in this create method, where we will call it. Okay, and in the link part we will assign null, means address will contain the null. So if start is equal to null, then list is empty, then temp address will be assigned to start address, means temp will be the first node. Otherwise, element is inserted at the end. Okay, so what we will do, we will give the address of the start node to the queue, and till this condition is true means queue link is not equal to null, we will proceed to the next node, and when this condition will be false, then next node will come. So next node will be this queue. So queue link means a last node address will be temp node. Okay, getting? So when I will run this program, then you will get the better understanding what is happening. Okay, so here next method is added beginning, means we want to add the node at the beginning. So here we will pass the data to this method. We'll take the pointer variable temp of type struct node. We'll make new node. In info part, that data will be assigned. In link part, start node will be assigned, because we are adding the node at the beginning, and a temp address will be given to the start node to make it the first node. Getting? Add after means add the node at particular after the particular position which we will enter. So here we will take the data and the position, after which we need to enter the element, insert the element. So we will take the two pointer variable pointer temp and q of type struct node, integer I. Here we will give the address of the start to the queue. We'll run the for loop to reach this position -1. Okay, and we will proceed to the next node, and if q is equal to null, means when we will proceed one node to another node, and when we will get the q equal to null before reaching to this position, then we will print the message that there are less than that position element. Okay, and will return from this method. Otherwise, if this condition is false and this for loop has completed the iteration till pos -1, then we will make here new node temp link, means temp address part. Next address part will contain the q link, q address part, next node address part, and temp info will contain the data which is coming from here, and q link will be temp. Okay, getting? Add after. Okay, So after q we need to insert the temp, so q link will contain the address of the temp, that's why. Now next method is delete. So same here we have taken the two pointer variable temp and q of type struct node, integer data, enter the element for deletion. We will ask from the user, we will take the data from the user, we'll check if start info equal to data, then we will give the address of the start to temp. Start next node address will give to the, we will make here to first node, okay, and we will delete the temp element. So now start will denote the second element here, so second element will become the first element, okay, got it. And if this condition is false, then we will assign the address of the start to the queue, means first node address will assign to the queue, and will run this while loop till this condition is true. Q link not equal to null, q link not equal to null, and if q not equal to null and q link info is equal to data, then q link will assign to the temp link will assign to the q link, will delete the temp and will return. If this condition is false, we will proceed to the next node. If this condition is false, means we have reached at the last node. So in last node we will check q link must not equal to null and q link info equal to the data. In this case we will assign the address of the next node of the queue to the temp. We will delete the temp and make the q link to the null, because it is the last node, so it will not delete, it will not denote to the any node, and will come out of this method. If this is also false, then we will print the message in the terminal that element not found, and that data which we want to delete, okay. In the display method we will display the linked list. So what we will do, we will take the pointer q variable of type struct node, we'll check list is empty or not. If it is empty, then we will return from here with appropriate message in the terminal. Otherwise we will give the address of the first node to the queue, we'll print some message list is, and we'll run this while loop till this condition is true, means q is not equal to null. So here we are printing three part. Q means address of the node, q info means the data which is contained by the node, and q link means node which is denoting the next node address. So here next node address will come here, data contained by the node and address of the self node, okay, for your understanding. And here we are pointing the arrow, so we are putting here condition if q link is not equal to null, means if it is not the last node, then we will print this arrow for your understanding to denote the pointer. And in the last of the while loop we will proceed to the next node, we will give the address of the next node so that we can print the linked list, okay. So in the count method we have taken the pointer variable q of type struct node, we will give it to the first node address, take the variable count till this condition is true, q is not equal to null, we will proceed to the next node, and will accordingly we will add 1 to the count variable in each iteration of the while loop, okay. So when this condition will be false, we will come here and will print the count value. So number of element is our count. Getting in the reverse method, we will reverse the linked list. So we have taken here a 3 pointer variable p1 p2 p3 of type struct node. We will check here that it is only one element or not. If start link is equal to null, means there is only one element, so no need to reverse. Otherwise we will follow this logic, we will give the start node address to p1, p1 link to p2, p2 link to p3, p1 link null, it will be null, p2 link will be p1, and we will run here while loop till this condition is true, p3 not equal to null. We will follow this, p1 will be p2, p2 will be p3, p3 will be p3 link, okay, and p2 link will be p1. And when this condition will be false, we will assign p2 to start, means P2 will become the start node. So when this logic will be completed, then linked list will be reversed. So as I will run the program, you can see it clearly. In the search part, we will take the pointer variable of type stack node. We will assign the first node address to this pointer variable, position integer 1, data. Okay, so enter the element to be search. So we will take the input from the user what he want to search. We will check pointer not equal to null till this condition is true. This value will run, and we'll check here pointer info is equal to data. If it is true, then we will print the message item data found at position, data and its position, and will come out of this method. Okay, if this condition is false, we will proceed to the next node. PTR will be equal to PTR link, and will increment the position accordingly. Okay, and if this condition is false, then we will check means that will be means here means we will not get we are not getting that element here. If we have searched all the node, then we will reach in the last node. So in the last node, PTR will be null. If this is null, actually last node next address will be null. So when this condition will false, this PTR link will contain we will proceed to the next node, means 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Suppose that our last node is 5, so PTR will be 5. Okay, so here after 5 there will be nothing. So when this will be assigned PTR link, so PTR last node, suppose that we have 5, so 5 will contain the next address null. Okay, here null, so this will be null, this will be null. So null not equal to null, this is false, so we will come out of this while loop. So then this if statement will be run. So here null equal to null, this is true, then this message will be printed item data which user want to search not found in list. Getting? And now this is our main method. So I have explained all the method to you. Hope you got the idea what is happening. So now let's run this program to grasp the concept better. Okay, so I will come out of my program, I will compile. It is successfully compiled. Now I will run linked list 2. So this is the menu, singly linked list using C++. So first I will create the list. Okay, so I will enter 1. So how many nodes you want? I want 3 nodes. It will ask, are you sure? If I will enter n, suppose that I have some doubt, so again it will show the menu to me and will display linked list is empty because I have not entered any element in the linked list, singly linked list. So again I will enter 1, enter my choice. So I want, suppose that I want to enter 3. How many nodes you want? 3. Are you sure? Yes. So it will ask enter the element. I am entering 11. I want to enter 11. Okay, so it is asking enter the element, another element. So suppose that I have entered again 11, so it will show message 11 already available in linked list at position 1. So whatever list we have, this. So I have one node, this is the data which I have entered here 11, and this is the next part, address part, because this is only one node, so it is denoting the null address. Okay, and this is the address of this node, means address of the self node. Okay, this node. So it is asking again, so this time I am entering 22. Now I am entering 33. So I have got my list. After 22 and 33 I have got my list 11, 12, 33. Okay, So this is our node, this is node address, this is node, this is node address, this is node, this is node address. So this node contain the info part and link part contain the address of the next node. So next node is this 22, this is the arrow denoting, and this 22 a node which contain the data 22 has the address this 6b0, 6b0. You can check. Same for here, this node link part contain the address of this node, this node has address 6t0. You can check 6t0, you can check. Okay, so now I will enter 5 to display the only linked list. Okay, whatever we have. So I have 3 node in the linked list, 11, 22, 33. So next operation is this added beginning. So I will enter 2. So at the beginning I want to enter 10. So I have list this 10, 11, 22, 33. So accordingly address will be adjust here. You can see this node address, this node has address 690. So this will be the next part in this node 690, and this node has address this. Okay, so I have completed create list, added beginning, add after. So now let me enter 6. How many node I have? So it is showing 4 node I have, which is true. 10, 11, 22, 33. I have 4 element. Okay, so I want to enter after 11. After 11 I want to enter something. So I am entering my choice 3. So I want to enter after 11 12. Getting? It will ask the position. So 11 has the position 2. Getting? This is first element, this is second element. So after 2 I want to enter 12. I want to enter 12 after 2. First, second, after second, 12 has come. Okay, accordingly address will be assigned to the next part. So this node has address 710, 710, next part of this node which contain the data 11. Getting? So I have completed the 3 operations. Delete I will perform in the last. Okay, 5 already I have demonstrated to you. So I will repeat again 5. This is our list. Count I have completed 6. 5 element we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 node we have. Reverse. So reverse what it will do. Currently we have the sequence 10, 11, 12, 22, 33. In the reverse 33 will come first. 33, 22, 12, 11 and 10, and accordingly next part address will be changed. So currently this node contain the next part address 0 because there is no element after this. So after reverse this node will contain the next part address, this address 6b0. Okay, let me reverse, and accordingly for other node also it will be reverse. So let's see. You can see this node 22 has address 6b0. Now this node which contain the data 33 had the address 6b0, this address. Accordingly every node has contain the address accordingly of the next node. Okay, you can check out. So we have completed here these operations. Okay, now next is search 8. So suppose that I want to search 77. It is showing item 77 not found in list, which is true. 77 is not there in our list. You can see, you can check. So I will search again. I want to search 22. Item 22 found at position 2, 1, 2, which is true. 22 is at position true. So search also we have performed. So now last operations remaining is delete 4. Suppose that we want to delete this node 12. So after deletion of the 12, so currently this node which contain the data 22 containing the next node address 710. 710 is the address of this node 710. So after deletion of this node, next node of this node 22 will be this 11. So this node has the address 690, so here 690 will come. Okay, so let's check. So I will enter 4 and I want to delete 12. So after gone 12, so 22, this node contain the address 690, address of this node getting. Accordingly it will change the address, you can see. So now I want to delete this 22, then this address will be deleted, means a node which contain the data 33, next node address will be deleted and it will be, currently it is 6b0. so after deletion of this node, this address will be 690. So let me check. 4, I want to delete 22, 690. Okay, so same, if I will delete this node which contain the data 10, then it will be null 0. Let me check. 10 null. Okay, so I want to delete 33 this time, so I will enter 4. Suppose that I entered any other element 22, element 22 not found, which is true, it will not delete anything here. So now I will enter 4 again. I want to delete 33. Now I have only one element, I want to delete it also. So 4 11, linked list is empty, which is true. Okay, so guys, I have completed all the operations, and I hope you got the idea also what is happening and how we can implement a singly linked list using C++. So suppose that I have entered any other value which is not in the menu. Let's see what will happen. Wrong choice, this message will come. Okay, so if I will enter 9, then I will come out of the program. Okay guys, so hope you got the idea, so do practice. Thank you so much. Bye bye.